last episode, we met up with some of our old sailing friends who just happened to be out roaming the countryside in their little home on wheels. And for the last handful of days, with a van caravan in place, we've been slowly poking our way south, exploring hot springs, natural wonders, old ghost towns, and reliving the wild, wild west glory days. All while hoping for a little bit of sun and some warmer weather. And after a handful of days living it up with the team, we find ourselves camped out in southern Nevada in a pretty amazing state park.
It's coffee time. Brenda's still sleeping.
Good morning. Well, I tried to be as quiet as possible, but there's no sleeping in around here. Tiny space when one person's up. So's the other one. Sorry, Brenda. But I made you coffee. Well, I gotta say, the last handful of days have been great. And well, we've seen a lot of cool stuff, but mainly it's because we've been hanging out with some good friends. I don't know how many times I gotta say it, but the best part about this whole lifestyle is the people we've met along the way and the fact that we get to cruise around with them in our little home on wheels. It really doesn't get any better. But last night, actually, Brenda and I were talking about this whole van lifestyle, and one of the things that really is interesting to both of us is the fact that this is really similar to our sailing lifestyle. And it's so interesting, I think I want to cover some of that in this episode. Because why not, really? But for now, we're at the Cathedral Gorge in southern Nevada, and this place has been on my list of places to see for a while. So I'm kind of excited we're here. As soon as the coffee's done, we're going to go check this place out. And so, with some coffee down the gullet, we rounded up the team, and we were going in. Roughly 1 million years ago, the Cathedral Gorge was at the bottom of a big, huge lake. And over centuries, that big old lake slowly drained and leaving behind thick layers of clay and mud, which after centuries of the forces of Mother Nature and erosion, left behind not only some pretty amazing scenery, but also fissures and cracks and canyons that weave their way up and down and around into a never-ending maze of exploration. And how far does that maze take you, you ask? Well, that's kind of up to you and how brave you want to get. But if you're willing to squeeze and duck through some fairly tight openings, there's some pretty amazing sights to see. Hi, Brenda.
Hi. Look at this. Like you can see it drooping off. That's where it's all these goiters.
After years and years of eating way too many tacos, there's a point when this old body just can't go any farther. Oh, that's tight. And that's when you know that it's not time for a diet. It's time to turn around and see what else this place has to offer. So to really get a feel for this place and see what it's all about, of course you gotta put some miles on your feet, go all the way out to the very end and all the way up to the very top. Because the views from up there, well, they're not too shabby. Well, this place is pretty great. We love these kind of places. Natural wonders, geologic anomalies, historical sites, those are the kind of places we generally look for. And this one, it's another great one. But today is sort of unfortunately turning into a good news, bad news kind of day. So we're going for bad news first. Get it out of the way. Our good friends Chris, Sarah, and Tiffany, who we've been lucky enough to travel around with for the last handful of days, we're parting ways from them. They're going south into Utah, and we're continuing south into more of Nevada. We just haven't spent a lot of time in Nevada, so we're trying to see as much as we can. But I mentioned it this morning that this van lifestyle really is a lot like the sailing lifestyle. And having these friends around, parting ways, that is really just like cruising around on the boat. Everybody seems to have their own timelines, travel plans, and itineraries, and you just sort of merge in and out all the time. So even though we're sad to see these guys go, it's probably not going to be that long before we see them again. That's just the way this lifestyle works. Always in and out. So that's the bad news. They're taking off. But the good news, Brad and Sonny, they're sticking with us for a little bit longer. We're going to head farther south and head into a place called Rainbow Canyon. There's supposed to be some world-class rock climbing. We're tough as nails. We're going to do some climbing and then see what's around down there. But like I said, this lifestyle really seems like we're sailing just on dry land. And it's for a lot of reasons. Partly, I think it's because we're hanging out with a lot of our sailing friends. Can't go wrong there. But another big part of it is just this living simply in a small space and getting out into places that not a lot of people get to. It really just still seems like we're on a big adventure, even though this van life is quite a bit easier than the boat, really. But it's still fun and exciting. You see cool stuff, and that's kind of the point. We love to see cool stuff. The other thing I want to touch on real quick before we get out of here is our coming plans, because I get asked about them all the time. Whenever my phone picks up service, my email goes nuts with generally the question of when are we heading back to the boat. We don't have an answer, but I can tell you realistically it's not going to be till after the first of the year. In the nearly 6 years we've been full-time travelers, I can't recall that we've ever spent a holiday season with family. So this year we're making it happen. So we're going to stick around, spend the holidays with family, and then we'll go back to the boat in Mexico. So that's that. We're hitting the road in just a minute. Chris, Sarah, Tiffany, it was great seeing you. Thanks for coming. See you soon. So after our farewells with part of the team, we peeled out of Cathedral Gorge and we pulled into Rainbow Canyon. And after a whole 2 seconds of staring at some big, huge, sheer cliff walls, it was pretty obvious this place was gonna be pretty fun. But thanks to temperatures that were hovering ever so close to nipply, all we could do for the day was scope out routes for tomorrow, and then we were out of there. Well, we're gonna see if we can find ourselves a spot to camp. And hopefully we're gonna find one at the very top of this mountain. Nothing like a good view at the top of somewhere. But for me, this whole act of just trying to find a spot to camp for the night, it really kind of adds to the adventure. We don't know where we're going to end up, and that's part of the fun. But it really sort of, again, feels like sailing on dry land. It's really just like we're heading out into some little anchorage way out in the middle of nowhere and just trying to find a spot that'll be home sweet home for a little bit. It's kind of fun. But I'll also say that it's kind of amazing what these little vans do. This isn't overly rough, but we have been in quite a few spots where four-wheel drive would be kind of nice. But here we are in a big old van, our little home on wheels, and we seem to make it through. Kind of amazing. Well, we made it to the top. Doesn't get any higher than this, and it looks great. Look at this view. But even though the tippity top had some pretty amazing views, that wind in the cold, it didn't let us stick around too long. So, back down we went. Well, view, incredible, but it is freezing up here. So, turning around, heading back down, see if we can find something a little less windy, a little less chilly. With not too much effort, we found ourselves a pretty amazing spot way out in the boonies, and we had it all to ourselves. Well, this is it. Home sweet home for the night. And guess what? We're having bacon! Brad's cooking bacon. I love bacon. Brendan never lets me have any.
It's been nearly a week.
You're probably having bacon withdrawals.
I am.
And with a pretty great spot for the night, and the sweet smell of bacon cooking on a grill, even the two wild animals, Pip and Mac, well, they were even pretty content. But for some strange reason, which I still can't figure out, Brenda doesn't seem to think man can live on bacon alone. So, also on the menu were some pretty tasty turkey burgers.
I think this is my first turkey burger ever.
And what do you think? It's good because it has bacon.
Yeah, the bacon is great.
And after a pretty great night spent in our pretty great little spot, the next morning we were out of there and back into the canyon, where I'd quickly find out how bad a shape I really am in. This place is Rainbow Canyon. It's got world-class climbing. And since we're all old and sort of fat, we're doing some world-class climbing. Sort of. With only 46 known established climbing routes here in Rainbow Canyon, this place is by no means huge. But the high-quality rock, it's pretty fun and challenging. Nice job, Sonny.
You really, like, you had all day, right?
We do actually. We have no place to be.
On the equipment?
And since Sonny was the toughest of us all and led the way, and better yet survived, it was Brenda's turn. And wouldn't you know it, both of those girls made it look pretty darn easy. Nice job, Killer.
That was awesome, but
Nice job.
man, I gotta get my shoes off.
Well, the girls did it. Guess it's my turn. And just as you might expect, even though those girls made it look pretty easy, it was quite a bit tougher than it looked. Well, that was pretty fun, but it was kind of harder than I remember it being. We've done a lot of rock climbing in our day, but you gotta be in shape for it. I won't speak for everybody, but I'm not in shape for it. That was tough, but fun. We saw we survived. Nobody died. That's a success. But we're all kind of beat, so I think we're just gonna head up the road. There's a state park up there. Easy camp spot for the night. And we hear they have real live high pressure hot water showers, which I'm pretty excited for. I'll say the hardest thing for me in this van life is the fact that we don't have a real shower. We've got a shower and we use it daily, but it's not the same thing as a real live high pressure hot water shower. So I'm kind of excited about this. So I think that's it. I'm going to call it an episode. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. We're hitting the showers.